Now, the black to middle, yes, it's on, but it's not as easy as it might appear.
No, it's a very acute angle, but from there, I don't think it should be a problem.
That's the best advice when you've got a shot like that. Just keep it very simple. Dab it in.
8.
You could actually make that plant. It's called a reverse plant. Now, you'd have to hit the first red very thinly. Yeah. It's called a reverse plant because, theoretically, you'd have to hit the first red on the other side to push it towards the pocket, but not in that case. Just caught the near draw, but went in. Oh dear, cue ball's just run through into those two reds. He may have a possible red to the centre pocket, but it might be hampered, Phil.
Yeah, he knocked in some really good pinks during his previous break in the last frame to middle.
15.
And you just get the feeling with this sizable lead now, you can see him partially relaxing.
Well, a couple of frames or so ago, I wouldn't have expected him to knock that in. I mean, it's worth saying he's had a mid-session interval and he'll have a very good team around him to get him a cup of tea or
21.
Speak to him, and he'll explain the way he's feeling and they'll help in any way they can.
22.
Because he seems a lot more composed now than he was.
He most certainly does. And of course, we mustn't lose sight of the fact, if he gets to the semi-finals, what an achievement for someone who hasn't been on the tour for a few years. He's trying to become only the third qualifier in Crucible history to lift the trophy. Terry Griffiths in 1979, Shaun Murphy 20 years ago.
29.
They're the only two so far as he comes up short of the pink.
And he's not even a professional player, Phil.
Yeah, I think calling him an amateur, technically it's correct, but we all know he has been a pro of the highest renown. Non-tour member, I think, might be more appropriate.
Six. $41. $42.
He was playing on the second division Q Tour this season. He won 4 events in succession on that. A total of 32 consecutive matches. Okay, not against the very best opposition, but that's still a real achievement. Finished number 1 on the Q Tour rankings, even though he didn't bother entering the last event. He'd already sewn it up. That's why he was given the invitation to play in the World Championship. And what a fruitful invitation it's turning out to be. Chris Wakelin looking like a
55.
beaten man.
$56.
Well, this frame's gone. Dom?
Yeah, very much so. Zhao Xintong has seen... Is cue ball going in? No. Yeah, Zhao Xintong seems to have regained some composure now. He seems much
61.
more able to cope with the situation and the enormity of the lead that he has as well, which he was struggling with before.
62.
Yeah, calmly rolling in balls from everywhere, when early in the session he was missing the most simple pots. It's amazing in snooker what the mind can do.
Precisely, he's showing you here that there's absolutely
68.
nothing wrong with his form. But if the mind isn't right, you can't produce it.
Zhao Xintong 68. And the frame.
The break ends at 68, but Zhao Xintong's winning streak does not end. It extends to 4 frames, and he's now 10-4 up. He will have a substantial lead overnight.